Okay, it is 6:03. I'd like to officially call this meeting into session. Roll call, please. Oh, we should do our Pledge of Allegiance first, then we'll do the roll call. So, if you mind, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please. Present.
Trustee Alger. Yep. Trustee Dr. absent. Trustee O'Malley. Trustee Shetty.
Here.
Trustee Lovely.
And you got, yep.
We're down to Rob today?
We are both our Bobbies. Okay, so the first item up is related to the Zone 5 Police Academy. I am pleased to report that after an interview process that included myself, Deputy Mayor Ryan, Officer Alexonis, Officer Hudson for some of that as well, we have two candidates that we are bringing to you as a recommendation to officially send to the Police Academy, which begins on July 25th, after which point they will be working as a police officer for the Hoosick Falls Police Departments. I got to sit down and speak with both Jonathan Dupris. I have heard three different versions. I got them all wrong. Dupris. My apologies. I got to speak with both Jonathan Dupris and James Waters, and we are so excited to have you guys taking the leap into the Police Academy and looking to represent the village of Hoosick Falls for the police departments. The way we're going to do this is we'll go one motion at a time, and we're going to go with Jonathan first. After we do the motion and approve it, then I will ask Marie to officially swear in each person. So with that being said, starting with Jonathan, say your last name again. Oh my gosh, dude, I've been saying it so wrong in all the ways. Dupris, my apologies. I am looking for a motion to hire Jonathan Dupris as a part-time officer with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department, with the village paying tuition for Police Academy training, books, uniform as needed, and village-issued weapon if required by the Police Academy, subject to the condition that Jonathan Dupris remain employed with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department for a minimum of 3 years as a police officer following successful completion of academy training. In the event Jonathan Dupris fails to remain employed with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department as a police officer for the minimum of 3 years, the full amount of the Police Academy training tuition shall be subject to a pro rata reimbursement over such 3-year term following the commencement of duties as a Village Police Department police officer. Further, in the event Jonathan Dupris fails to complete the Police Academy training, he should be required to reimburse the village for 100% of the Police Academy tuition, books, uniform, and all associated Police Academy. Further, Jonathan Dupris shall be required to execute a written agreement with the village stating the terms and conditions of employment as described in this motion, with conditions constitute a continuing qualification of employment. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Recusing? Beautiful. And it is official. Jonathan Dupris, welcome. We would like to officially swear you in. Marie?
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will dutifully discharge my duties as a part-time police officer. According to the best of my ability. Very good. I'll have a sign this.
Thank you. Congratulations. John. And family, thank you guys for coming out on such short notice, to you guys as well. Okay, number 2.
Mr. Dupris is also a duly qualified paramedic.
Absolutely.
So he'll be able to provide that.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, I am looking for a motion to hire James Waters as a part-time officer. You probably want me to go through all of this again, Andy, correct? My apologies. I'm looking for motion to hire James Waters as a part-time officer with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department, with the village paying tuition for police academy training, books, uniform as needed, and village-issued weapon if required by the police academy, subject to the condition that James Waters remains employed with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department for a minimum period of 3 years as a police officer following successful completion of academy training. In the event he fails to remain employed with the Village of Hoosick Falls Police Department as a police officer for the minimum period of 3 years, the full amount of the police academy training tuition shall be subject to a pro rata reimbursement by James Waters over such 3-year term following commencement of duties as a Village Police Department police officer. Further, in the event James Waters fails to complete the police academy training, he shall be required to reimburse the village for 100% of all police academy tuition, books, uniform, and all associated police academy costs. Further, he should be required to execute a written agreement with the village stating the terms and conditions of employment as described in this motion, with conditions constitute a continuing qualification of employment. Looking for a motion. Thank you again, Deb. Thank you, or both of you. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? There we go. And it is official. James, thank you. Coming up, let's get you sworn in as well.
Right hand, repeat after me. I, James Waters,
I, James Waters,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
York,
I will faithfully discharge the duties of part-time police officer,
and I will
faithfully
faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of part-time
of
police
part-time
officer
police officer
according to the best of my
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you guys as well. Welcome aboard. Thank you guys for coming out. We're so excited to have you guys started. Do you need them for anything else?
Just to hand the paperwork.
I would like to get a picture with Officer Alexonis and both of you, if that's all right. If you guys want to come right over here, I can do it right up over in this corner up against the wall. No, you're good. Close it up if you want to.
It's a pretty good flag. So we don't look like it'll be.
3, 2, 1.
Can I-
Anyone else like to get a picture?
But I would like to make a suggestion.
Sure.
If you could just go around the corner and be in front of that flag thing, I think it'd be much better.
We can certainly do that.
More to do.
Let me get one more for you guys. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. You guys want to grab pictures as well? Outstanding. Thank you guys very much. Thank you again. Congratulations again.
Good luck.
Good luck. Looking to see you guys on the other side. The academy training. Outstanding. Thank you guys again for coming out. Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck. You got this.
Yes. You guys should take this one if you'd like. And have an email as well. All right. Well, that is very exciting.
It was a rough experience.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. This is step one as we look to evolve with our police department into bigger and better things. So thank you guys. It was good. It was thorough. It was a little bit more rushed than I would have liked, and we did a lot of stuff, tried to make sure we had all of our ducks in a row. But we had initially 4 interviewed, 1 backed out, and we had 1 other that is not up at this time. And we can talk more in an executive session type manner, or just to ourselves. But yeah. All right. Yes, I will work on a press release and get that out there. Absolutely. Yep. We used to do them over there, but now there's like a computer and other stuff over there, and so. All right. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Deb, very much. All good, appreciate it. Yeah, certainly. Oh no, I don't need to go in here. I have it in my folder. Okay. Whew. Okay, the next item up on the agenda is the introduction of local law. This is local law number 2. This is a local law that would repeal the existing local law number 1 of 2008 of the Village of Hoosick Falls and enact a new local law, which would be local law number 2 of 2022 if it passes, entitled a local law providing for the identification and repair or removal of unsafe building structures and sites. Just a couple brief things to speak about, and then I will let Andy do that as well. Andy and I talked for quite a bit of time yesterday, just kind of reviewing everything, and I had a couple questions and comments. And as always, Andy was set and ready to go and explain everything to me. And again, so grateful for the work you did on this. This is a combination of a lot of the language of the existing law with a couple tweaks here and there, but also with, I would probably say, 2 main specific additions. First is the inclusion of unsafe equipment and an unsafe site. And I think even more important was sort of really being exact on making changes to the process of how all this works, from an inspection and report, moving it to the board, how things are noticed, the time lengths from noticing it, public hearing, how much time they have to do the repair or the demolition, and I'm very satisfied with this draft local law. Andy, is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, the mayor is correct. It clarifies the procedure. By and large, we follow that procedure in the past, and I think this strengthens procedural provisions of the law. It adds the unsafe sites, which, as we discussed, address the continuing property law 22. Does formally repeal the prior unsafe building and structure law, and as the mayor did say, now provides for both the requirement of the time for the repair, for the demolition must be commenced, and also as bridge work must be completed. That was not in the prior law as well. So
there was no time, so basically they were noticed the repair.
if they were noticed the repair and it was a commencement time, there was no completion date in the law.
It could go on forever.
Little whoops.
Like it started.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this adds a 20-day period to start. And the procedure would be if the board is in a situation issuing the order to repair and secure or to demolish and remove, that gets served on the property owner. We hold a public hearing on that, at least 10 days notice, due process requirement. And then once that notice is served on the property owner, they must commence that work within 20 days. And this indicates complete within 45. If it's a building demolition, it's unlikely to be completed within 45. It could be, but in the ordinary course, it's unlikely. This does give the village, though, the enforcement provision that unless good faith efforts are made to progress that work, we can commence completing it as well.
Speaking of due process, with introducing a local law, is there anything else I need to do besides introduce it, or does the board need to introduce it?
One member,
That's what I thought.
One trustee offers,
Okay.
introduces the local law, and then the board sets public hearing.
Okay. Am I allowed to be the trustee to introduce
You
it?
can.
Beautiful. So I have formally introduced local law, introductory local law number 2 of 2022. Do you guys have any other questions for Andy on this?
Thank you.
Just procedural, public hearings that can have time with regular.
Yeah.
Yes, so the minimum under the municipal home rule process is 5 days, so this can certainly be done for regular August meeting.
Yeah, I think I'll give it enough to paper at this point, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we'll get the public hearing notice done this week and off to you,
Yeah.
and then it can get published next week.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to set the public hearing for the next regular board meeting, which I think is August 9th.
August 9th.
And we would set it at the very beginning of the meeting at 6 p.m. Looking for that motion? Thank you. Need a second? Thank you. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Carries. Okay. Finally for tonight, and I'll get that online. Sure.
Can I just sign that?
Yeah.
And then date it today?
You're
And we're
fine.
gonna keep this on file here, that's for you. As we approach the night, I'll complete parts 2 and 3 right on you.
Okay. I have those copies.
All right, and I'll get this online tomorrow. Put it up online so we have it set for the public hearing. Do we need to do any formal notice online, or just this is the law that's up there and we'll have a public hearing on it?
No, when
Yeah,
send
when I
over
get the public hearing, I'll do it to you.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, final item is we have 2 quotes related to, if you guys want to take a peek right there, to handle, grind down the transfer station brush pile, which is, I think, at this point about as large as this building. There are 2 quotes we received. We did our due diligence. In fact, I think we even put this off a couple extra weeks to try to get our normal 3 quotes. We got a couple no's. We have 2 quotes. The first quote is from Ashley Holmes Construction out of Saugerties with a total quote of $13,610. The second quote is from Troy Sand and Gravel, and this quote was for $9,000. Again, we received at least 1 no thanks, couple no's. So in my mind, we did our due diligence to satisfy the procurement policy. Don't have 3 official quotes, but we do have a couple official no's. So I think Neil's recommendation is to go with Troy Sand and Gravel, the more local, with the, $4,600 less quote than the other one. No, brush removal is you just drop it off. There's limits on branch sizes and lengths and thicknesses and so on, but basically there's a huge pile of like lawn grass clippings and little things like that.
So the bid for Troy Sand and Gravel could be 2 to 3 days, no matter how long. It's gonna cost $9,000. The other one is for $4,000 per day.
Yeah. There's 2 days.
2 days. For 2 days, it's $4,650 per day. This one it doesn't say. I guess the total cost, just the job itself is $9,000.
Yep. No matter how many days it takes. So looking for a motion to whichever one you guys think. I would lean towards Troy Sand and Gravel to accept the quote from Troy Sand and Gravel for $9,000 for the wood grinding brush removal. Do you want to take? Yep.
Yeah, he actually, one of the other quotes was sometimes you found the United States, but they couldn't do it.
They couldn't.
They couldn't, he had one other company that went way out. That was about, average there. But, came back to tell us that it was going to look. So they all have the way of expecting. It does seem like a lot of money, but.
Well, we haven't done this in like 4 years. Yeah.
So the one from Troy Sand and Gravel says nothing about that site. What's the story with that on its construction? It's probably the wood chips. Yeah. Wood chips. I mean, we're gonna have a massive pile that's 3/4 of the size.
I would think, yeah.
Well, I think I know I was speaking with Kenny and Josh today. They're always looking for fill for various places in the village. So if they could use this as fill, they would use it. Well, I don't think some of this is like a lot of weed stuff. You're not supposed to mulch that. No, that's fine. That's fine.
It's surprising like Callaway really takes a lot of stuff like that and works and makes their own mold for the beef or something. Grinding and taking it back to their purposes.
The size of the job is too much, or maybe they're too busy.
Just out of curiosity, with current how many years or how long the continuation is best guess?
I think it's at least 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4.
Oh, is it 4 years?
It could even be longer because I don't remember us doing it in my 5 years I've been here. So.
Maybe at some point in time, they should be charging the disposal stuff over there. If it's costing $10 grand to find it.
It's, discussions we have to have about making the transfer station operate in a way that kind of pays for its own costs.
Yeah, just
Historically
just to
hasn't.
bring the cost into their area.
I think the discussion will be made that there's a lot of things we specifically charge for down there. But in a sense, the one-time annual fee for it would cover things like as much brush as you have. And recyclables there too.
I thought we didn't charge for leaves, garden material, we charge for brush.
Well, certain types of brush and certain types of wood and a certain size. In fact, I actually just had a couple branches and a couple of large pieces of log come down that was charged for it as I expected to be. But some of the smaller branches were like that. That's not a big deal.
I just don't know in my backyard.
Can we have a large bonfire?
No, especially not over there because of the location of power lines, landfill, and the fact that that's probably ended like 30 years ago. I know, it's fine. I've had a lot of people suggest that it's not a joke. So recommendations coming from Neil to go with choice sand and gravel. It would be in his budget because he knew this was an expense he had coming this year. So unless you guys have a question. For which one? Choice sand and gravel? Thank you, Kevin. All right, further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed or abstentions? All right, carries. That is it. Do you guys have any other business before moving to private session?
I don't know if it's a private thing, the grants for the downtown building revitalization. If we're gonna do that, admittedly, I don't know the first thing about grants, but there was a grant out there, and it's out of town. Like, I just drove around the other day, it has to be in the downtown business district, so that would exclude like that one in Center Street, or one area, excuse me, over here. Those would be excluded, but we've got one Center Street, we've got, anybody know the number of the ones across from the youth center? It's 9 unit.
That one is the one, yeah, 114 Church. We were targeting that initially for demolition through the Woodsbrook, and we decided not to because there were interested parties, and now we're waiting on the county to get moving on that.
That may be the perfect one for this grant, because they want something that adds to the housing stock, is an eyesore in the downtown style building, the 2-3-story. That's it, and preferably tied into another state or federally funded project, which.
Does the village have to have ownership of it?
Great question, I don't know. Who owns it now?
Rensselaer County. We're waiting for them to put it up for auction.
That would be much easier, obviously.
Unless they decide to put it up for auction again, but no.
Which they said they would do like a year ago.
So, how does that, how, anybody know how it normally work?
I have not looked more into that.
Whether they can be conveyed to us.
Well, at the last meeting, you had somebody
There's a
that would look at the
grant
grant writer.
revitalizing
Kevin,
eyesores.
didn't you have someone that would
There has to be
look at
some
writing the grant
mechanism,
for
because
us?
villages don't normally own these buildings.
Right.
So I'm sure when the book is broken, there's some mechanism in place.
Just the one that needs the letter or something about it.
Why would you apply? You don't own it. The grant simply says
The letter of
the
intent.
application has. to
What's the other one?
provide municipal corporation, preferably to get funding another project.
Okay, both revitalization.
Housing stock. And it needs to be in the application. It also includes demolition.
I spent it to
Probably is more important about that for me. But we have to
Okay.
have at least a preliminary listing of what we want to do that all this stuff.
Let me look into that this
If
week.
I knew more about grants, guys, I'd be glad to do it, but it's just.
Yeah.
And I'd be glad to learn how to do it. And I don't think we should
Do
apply
we
for it.
have a copy of that grant? Do we know, do you have the information on that?
I
think
can
we're talking
get
about two different
it.
grants.
Shoot
I can't get
us.
on the internet, or else I would just.
Oh, I'll have to get you a
I
password.
have the proposal on, I gave it to Bob. That's it, and
For ARPA.
from Barton, if you
That's the big one, right? The $10 million.
that's would be DRI.
We're talking about two different grants.
We're gonna, yeah, this is just a building by building unit, so they'll grant, okay, 250,000, we have that building alone. It's an individual building we want, but yes, we should apply for the other one too. Oh, she's told me that, she could do that one. She said it would make it hurry on it for some reason. That's, I'm not an expert on this, but I mean, yeah, read plain English on the thing that says, initial applications must be submitted no later than August 11th. Like that was clear.
I'll try to look into that so we can get some answers to you
Because
guys.
that building, I mean, that is, I'm reading through the list of things that are like, what people prefer, and it's like, adds to the housing stock, boarded up, structurally sound. From what I understand, that building is, as long as the wind doesn't keep going down inside of the leaky roof.
Yeah.
But that can all be fixed.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Yep.
but the pit, like the brick area, I mean, I looked at it, it's straight, it's not bowing or any other thing.
Oh, we did a tour of it. It looks good inside. I have photos if you guys want to see those.
It seems to me, whatever my opinion is, what it is, it really fits the
Mhm.
description of what they're looking to do. And I would think the business district would be, I mean, I don't know what defines a business district, but in my opinion, it would be Stewart's on down to the Shopkeep Bridge, John Street, that, you know.
I think it's probably specific to our zoning. Business
Here's the
districts.
downtown.
Yeah, business districts.
Plus, we have a historic district, which runs from, the river up to the armory and then back up around St. Mark's Church and back to the, almost in Dominic's place there. Okay.
All right.
Well, we should look at, and again, I've got to imagine that some of these grants have got to be buildings that are privately owned, that need to be revitalized. I mean, Salizo's would look wonderful. That's the one that building would look wonderful if it was redone.
Which one's Salizo's?
So,
Oh, no, Patrick Street, I'm sorry. Going down.
Okay.
Going down
Okay.
one street. It was
Yeah. Okay.
What about that building time provision? Awful.
That's another one we actually have an active situation on where we're trying to get the court to allow an engineer to go in and check it again.
Okay.
We actually had a report done on it 4 years ago, and the engineer's report was it needed to be fixed or taken down, and now we're
it's
continuing pursuit of that.
I think at that point it was, it needs to be repaired and stabilized and it's just deteriorated, so
Yes.
we're working on getting it.
the birds are taking,
Yes.
refuge in there again and the neighbors complaining.
All right.
Mark has tried to get in touch with the owner to get access to the property, unsuccessful, so
But
we're
this way, oh, we must have-
apply to the court. No, he was active a few years ago.
He was.
Took another building down.
I mean, he sold the provisions
Yeah,
building.
go to Heidi and stuff.
Oh.
He owned that. Yeah. All right. All right. Unless there's any other business.
Oh, anyway, 114 Church
There it
Street.
is.
Did you already start the process with the county of taking that property or buying the property on behalf of the village?
I have not.
No.
We ceased on that. Yeah. That's the one you're talking about.
Oh.
Yep.
Never mind.
All right.
No, I haven't.
Last quick question on 114 Church. The area that's been eliminated down there, is it possible to put like parking down there?
We own the property right next to it, in between that one and the Dodge building, and we got that as part of the Woodsbrook buyout program.
There would be housing, there will be parking.
That my goal, if we can make it happen, would be to convert that to a public parking spot, which would be acceptable under the rules of the buyout.
Subject to the engineering.
Yes.
There's not really improvement, right? You know, another house on it.
Right, and we wouldn't even be allowed to build another house on it. That's one of the things we can't do on these properties.
One of the things that might happen down there is some kind of green, some kind of little public green area in conjunction with that, making the parking, so parking is one they want to
Yeah. And it's a great spot for us, right close to that. You have the Woodsbrook going right behind it. You have the youth center there. It just would be a nice spot. Yeah.
It'd be a beautiful green spot.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else? Looking for a motion to move into private session to seek advice from counsel and technical experts, including environmental engineer Mark Millspaw, bless you, of Sterling Environmental, and environmental attorney David Engel, who just sneezed, as to issues that have arisen regarding the village's obligations to comply with the consent order regarding the landfill with no business to be conducted after. Looking for that motion. Thank you, Kevin. Second, Dan. All in favor? Aye. Opposed or abstentions? All right, carriers, we're moving into private session. I will stop the public recording.